Like as far as like, I didn't know anything about, like, we all live in the world of the stock market. We grew up with this. You know what I mean? I remember watching the movie Boiler Room. I didn't grow up with what's the other one with the famous one, the Wall Street one.
Well, yeah, like Wall Street.
Not the Wolf of Wall Street, but is it Wall Street? The one with Charlie Sheen?
Yeah,
That's
Michael Douglas.
Yeah, that's the classic one, right? I didn't see that one. I think I was too young, but I saw Boiler Room. And I was watching it, and they're like, these guys are going crazy for the stocks, you know, and they're doing these penny stocks. And
I
it's
think
like,
it's Boiler Room being the wrong side of Wall Street. But
just for me, as a reference, with no reference and
Sure.
trying to understand. Now I'm older. Now I have 2 children, right? It's like I was in my 20s when I saw that movie. Now like 2 decades have gone by. You know, I have 2 kids, young kids, and then you come on like the radar. I come on your radar, and we come on your radar. You come on our radar, and now I'm seeing you do these interviews, and I'm listening to what you're saying, and so now like I know you, right? It's like so now I'm listening to what is Dan saying, you know what I mean? And I'm looking and I go, okay, like. Then the algorithm starts sending me these things as the life that we live now. Now the algorithm hears you. You're talking about, you know, what is it, NVIDIA or
NVIDIA?
NVIDIA.
Yeah.
So I looked that up and I go, okay, what's up with this stock? I always see this guy, you know, he was talking about, they were asking him like, you know, if you were to tell your younger self something about business, what would you tell yourself? And he was like, don't start. Like that was his answer, was like, don't start. Like you don't understand the stress and the sleepless nights. And I was like, I understand, bro. Like I get it. You know what I mean?
No, that's stuff that you've done yourself.
I've done it myself.
Building a business.
When I looked up his stock or their stock, right?
Jensen,
Like Tesla is something that like we already know. Apple's something we've known like our whole lives, but this one is new to me. And then I looked at how long this stock has been around, and it's been around since like 2000, late 90s, somewhere there.
Exactly.
So if you had the vision of the future, if you were like a visionary, right, which is what you must be. You must be a visionary, you know what I'm saying? Because if you have that vision, and this is where the money comes in. This is just my own alternative view. Somebody that dropped out of high school, but then still graduated music conservatory and became a fashion designer. Like, if you have the vision of 10 years from now or 20 years from now, and you tell me this is right or wrong, and you have the ability and the patience, you have to have patience to let your money sit there. You have to let it sit there for a decade or 2 decades. That's how you make money in the game.
Look, wealth is created not overnight, right? And I think that's part of the problem. Like a lot of times, like investors, so many times when stocks sell off, they get out or they're day trading or whatever it may be. My whole view and like how we've made people like generational wealth is just, it's betting on the trends over the course of like 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Because I could go back to many times where like Apple launches their iPhone, you know, we basically bet our career on that. A year later, everyone's like, this is only gonna be a 1-year cycle. Financial crisis hits, you know, people have Blackberries. Why would this be bigger than that? Like, you go back to, you know, knowing Elon Musk, you know, many years ago, betting on him, seeing his vision, but there were many sort of ups and downs in that. So you have to, and NVIDIA and Jensen are good examples, Car Palantir, others. For me, it's like, look, we have 3.5 million air miles the last 25 years. So the point is like we've traveled around the world for decades. Having that perspective and the work that we do in tech, it enables you sometimes to see things that maybe it's not apparent to others, but you know, there's many people that come up to me, whatever, restaurants, airports, wherever I am, and you've helped make them, you know, I think wealth, right? And I think that's the most important thing. That's what I do. We have our ETF, the Ives ETF, which got to about $1 billion in the last 6 months. And our whole focus is making an even playing field. Where if it's a retail person in Brooklyn, if it's an institutional person in Australia.
Right, they got the same option.
That's our whole, and that's how people know us.
Being the beacon.